that it might have changed?
Yes and no. Yeah, I didn't think we were great today, if I'm honest. I think we played better recently. I actually think we played better here when we lost to Kilmarnock. So we'll take it. It's 3 goals, 2 poor goals we conceded, which has been unlike us in recent games. That was us probably 6 weeks ago. So that's something for us to keep working on. But yeah, 3 goals, and we could have finished the game off near the end. And when it's 3-2, they can, put the ball in the box and try and create a bit of chaos. And other than Craig making a save low down, I think we show a little bit more assurance in seeing those results out recently, which is a pleasing thing, obviously.
Is it nice as well that you've climbed a few places and made ground on a few teams above you?
Yeah, I've been told that. I don't particularly look at the league, really. I will have to at some point, but I know the league's very tight, and we just concentrate on what we need to do to try and win games of football, and the league will take care of itself. So if we keep picking up 3 points, then we'll keep climbing the table.
How did you find Kabangu and Wilson? How did you find they played together?
Yeah, I thought they were a real threat. Obviously not playing together before. They both like to make similar runs. We've seen that in training this week. So it's just them, particularly James, he's still learning the game, and now he's learning. He had Liam Boyce with him, and now he's got Elton, they're completely different players. So he has to learn how to play with different partners. But I thought they were a real threat, a real handful. It's hard for defenders to hold them for the whole game because of their running power and their willingness to run. We could have capitalised on a couple of moments better in the first half, I felt, when we got into good positions. But brilliant for Elton to get a goal from James' assist, although I'm not sure about it, to be honest with you. But Elton's there to do what he does. That's what he does. He stands inside or moves inside to the 6-yard box and gets a goal, which is what we saw when we were looking at trying to recruit him.
He seems like someone that's going to speak to James through through the games as well.
Yeah, no, Elton's a great guy, fantastic guy. He's such a good teammate. You can see that from the moment his very first training session when he came in. He's a good person, and he likes to help other people, and he speaks and he wants to learn, he wants to improve. He has a desire to be the best that he can be, and he's a really good guy. He's humble, and you can see he wants to help others around him and not just himself, and they're the type of people you want to work with and bring to this football club.
Maybe a wee bit too much just after the first goal, because he looked as if he was clean through for another effort.
Yeah.
He's trying to play back to George Grant, so
yeah,
maybe he needs to be slightly more selfish, maybe.
Yeah, I think Elton was a little bit like all of us today. I think Elton was probably a little bit tired in his legs. We didn't train yesterday because of obvious reasons, which is very unusual, but the safety of the players was absolutely paramount, and it's the most horrific conditions I've ever encountered in my life yesterday. So we didn't bring the players in because we didn't think it was right, and I just felt we were just probably a half a yard off the pace a little bit all over the pitch. I felt that contributed to us not quite being like we normally are, like intense and on the front foot. We weren't quite there today, but obviously it helps if you'd rather win games and be slightly off it than obviously lose.
I believe James is still 17 at times, and you see him going up against experienced defences like that. I mean, do you see improvements in them every week?
Yeah, it's a brilliant experience for him because he's up against big men, and they're experienced men, so they know how to use their bodies. They know when to nudge people and they judge the flight of the ball quickly and get their body in the way. And we just said to James at half time that, look, we don't expect you to win loads of headers, but try and compete and get your body in the way and buy a foul, or at least interfere with his jump so they're not getting free headers back at us. It's a great learning curve for him, and he had 1 or 2 real eye-catching moments again. And second half, I remember him getting down to the byline and cutting it back, and he just loses his opponent because he's bright and he's intelligent, and I say he's got really good movement, so it's hard for the defenders to keep him quiet.
Is there any
Quite an old-fashioned kind of centre forward in terms of the way he bottles into people.
Yeah.
He's wanting get the elbows out and run at people. He's a kind of tallback.
Yeah, I think he's there's not many nines, out and out nines nowadays, you know, that want to run towards the opposition goal. It's all now, you know, kids, where do you want to play? Oh, I want to be a number 10, and they want to be, you know, midfield players or wingers who come and get the ball, and there's not many players who want to just run and stretch the game, and that's why probably Jamie Vardy's done so well down south. So he's a little bit different, but he's got good attributes with the ball as well. He shows good maturity and he keeps the ball well. So look, he's young and he'll keep developing, and we'll keep looking after him.
Is there any early indication on Craig Halkett and how big a blow was that, him coming off so early?
Yeah, it was a blow, yeah, because Halkett and Jamie have formed a real, you know, brilliant partnership very quickly. I was really thinking about it this morning actually, thinking like when I first came to the club, it was Kai and Frankie playing centre back, and they were, you know, fantastic. So for Jamie and Halkett to form that partnership so quickly, and we kept, you know, clean sheets, and was a real bonus and a real credit to them and how we work in training as well, preparing them. So it was a blow, but as ever, when an injury happens, an opportunity comes around, and we'd played a midweek game this Tuesday, which Lewis played in, and that probably gave him you know, the right rhythm going into this game, having to come on so early.
Do you know what the injury with Craig Halkett is?
I think he felt his hamstring, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% certain yet, because I've not yet seen the physios.
Jamie's given you a real threat set piece as well.
Yes.
Every game he's played, he's been either, you know, close to scoring, now he's scored.
Yeah. No, he's been a real presence for us at the back. I felt, you know, obviously, you know, Kilmarnock ask a lot of questions with you with the way that they play, and you have to stand up to that physical threat, and he did that. Lots of headers and clearances, and so it's an added bonus that he can attack the ball and score at the other end, and you want your defenders to chip in with a few goals a season from set pieces, and he's done that. Great delivery, good timing in the movement, and a really good header. So for Jamie and Elton to score 2 new signings at home in front of the supporters, that's a positive as well.
What was the issue with Daniel Oyegoke? He wasn't in the squad, did he?
And we've had a bid from another club, so the clubs are negotiating. It's close to being finalised, but not completed. So we'll see what happens in the next 24-48 hours.
Steinwinder and Carter, would they likely be involved next weekend, or in contention at least?
We'll see. They trained this morning. We had a small training group this morning in horrific conditions again. They trained, and we just have to get the balance right of the appropriate amount of training and game time, or because they're off the back of really 4 to 6 weeks of their downtime, their off season, because their season's finished end of November, early December. So really, in truth, it's like our players having a summer break and coming back for first day of pre-season. We want to see them as quickly as possible. We want to see them on the pitch as quickly as possible, but we also got to make sure that when they are ready, that they're in a good physical condition to give their all, to give their best, and show what they're about, because they're two good players.
Can you say is interest in Oyegoke from south of the border?
Depends how far south or beyond you want to go.
South of Gretna?
Sorry?
South of Gretna?
It's definitely south of Gretna, yeah.
That's south of Dover then.
Possibly.
Okay. Hey guys.